Good evening, you're watching Brass-tacks. I'm Zakir Jacob. Tamil film star turned politician Vijay was grilled today by the CBI for over 6 hours in their office in Delhi. Wearing black and black, Vijay entered the CBI office in central Delhi a little past 11 a.m. this morning and he came out closer to 7 p.m. So 6.5 hours plus of full-on grilling about what was happening in Karur. This was in connection with the Karur Stampede that happened back in October, in which 41 people were killed. Clearly, Vijay and his party owe an explanation for what led to the deaths of those innocent people. But the bigger question is, why is this probe happening now? Barely a couple of months left before Tamil Nadu gets into election campaign mode. Does this warrant a criminal inquiry at this stage? We'll also be getting you a number of questions that the CBI has asked Vijay. He has been asked to appear. A new date has not been shared, but it will likely happen after the Pongal celebrations, which of course is the biggest festival in the state. Is this purely political? Is this to try and checkmate Vijay just before the Tamil Nadu elections? Or is this going to have the opposite effect? Is this going to help Vijay play the sympathy card and make his image, his political image, larger than what it already is in the state of Tamil Nadu? So it was a day of action-packed drama in the national capital as the Tamil star was put through the ringer by the CBI, asked all sorts of questions about what happened in Karur and why him and his political party have still not taken responsibility for the deaths of those 41 people. The charges against Vijay paint a picture of serious lapses and questionable conduct in the immediate aftermath of what happened in Karur. First, investigators are looking into unexplained delays and failures in his arrival at the rally venue. Remember, he came a good 6 hours late, and that raised concerns about the preparedness by his organizers, the accountability or the lack of it by the people who were organizing that rally in Karur. Second, there are also allegations of gross negligence and poor crowd management, which may have contributed to the chaos that was seen on the ground. Vijay is also accused of leaving the rally site right after the stampede at a time when leadership and responsibility was most needed. In fact, within an hour or so, he left from Karur, went to the airport and headed back to Chennai. In fact, it took a whole month before he could actually meet the individuals who were affected, the families of the victims. In fact, him and his party claim that they requested the Tamil Nadu police on a number of occasions to try and allow him to travel back to Karur, but they never got the requisite permission. Fourth, critics also say that he showed no sense of responsibility or even remorse in the aftermath of the tragedy. And finally, he faces flack for prioritizing publicity over condolence, focusing on image management instead of addressing the suffering of the victims and their families. Let's listen in.
This is not fair procedure. And our leader, the Chief Minister, Mr. M.K. Stalin, has pointed out how, like the troika of CBI, ED and the Income Tax Department, CBFC is also been weaponized by the BJP to target political opponents.
This case has been transferred by the Supreme Court. When that is being so, it is natural process, legal process, that any person who is involved in the incident has to be investigated. Okay, so now the DMK are imagining that whatever is happening, they are thinking that it is because of BJP.
So today is not the only day of questioning. He's in fact been asked to appear before the CBI for a second time. His request to appear after Pongal has been accepted by the agency. But here's what Vijay was asked by the CBI in the 6 hours plus of questioning that he was subject to at the CBI's headquarters in central Delhi. They questioned Vijay in detail, trying to establish responsibility and the sequence of events that led to the stampede. They first asked him to explain in his own words the sequence of events that led to the stampede. The CBI then sought to know whether he was aware of just how congested the venue was and the size of the crowd that was expected to attend. Another key question focused on why there was a delay in his arrival at the venue. He arrived there a good 6 hours later, and whether or not that delay had contributed to the poor crowd management. Vijay was also asked if he was aware of the announcement made about a missing child that happened during the event. Investigators further questioned whether he knew about the police lathi charge that was used to control the crowd. Finally, the CBI also asked him why he chose to leave the venue right after the tragedy instead of staying back and overseeing the rescue and relief efforts.
After 6.5 hours of questioning, Tamil superstar Vijay has finally left the CBI headquarters. He was put through extensive questioning where he was asked about the Karur Stampede, questions like what led to his delayed arrival, which made the crowd restive. He was also asked about why he suddenly left the Karur rally ground or the venue of his address, cutting short his speech in between. So what led him to finally leave the venue in such a huff? There were also, video evidence that CBI had of an announcement being made while Vijay was present about a child going missing, and also water bottles getting thrown at the restive crowd. There are two versions that CBI is checking. Vijay's party's version is that the mismanagement was by the police, that they deliberately did not manage the crowd well. The version from the police is that they repeatedly issued warning that the venue was too small for the number of people who had gathered, and therefore Vijay and his team should postpone or cancel the event. Vijay should not move further with the event. Police officials say that these warnings were not paid heed to, and therefore the responsibility lies with the organizers. I'll show you this little child here. Just come here once. I just want to show you how the Vijay supporters are wearing these t-shirts and coming to CBI headquarters. And there are children, there are youngsters, there are men and women who have all carried Vijay's poster.
All right, I want to go across for a quick face-off on this. Mr. Kalyana Raman is leader of the BJP in Tamil Nadu. Nandakumar, political analyst, joining us. Mr. Kalyana Raman, the TVK and Vijay's party and even the DMK has been saying that the reason why the CBI is inquiring and called him for questioning today, this close to the elections, is to try and make him into some kind of a political figure, in some kind of a political martyr. After all, this happened 3 months ago. Why are you bringing this up now? And this is all being done at the behest of the BJP and the central government.
It is very simple to understand that there has been an event, and subsequently the High Court had ordered for an SIT, and subsequently there was a case that went to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court had ordered for the CBI inquiry, and the process has to take place. It takes its own course of time. On the contrary, we have to see that the ED had written a couple of letters for filing of FIR against two of the ministers, and nothing is happening in Tamil Nadu, even though the letter was written 5 months back. So the DMK making rather questioning CBI calling Vijay here for an inquiry is just simply absurd.
No, so is the reason why he's been called now is to make him larger than what he already is politically?
See, the DMK is already on the losing streak with a huge anti-incumbency. We all know that. When that being the case, it is a simple process flow or a procedural thing that is happening. For that, attributing anything political, whether it is good or bad or negative or positive, it doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
Okay.
The political system of DMK has been so immature that they want to talk whatever they want to talk without having any sense in it, and that has been their history for the last almost 8 years now since their existence.
Why should anybody not face the law, whether you're a superstar, whether you're a politician, whether you're an ordinary person? Vijay needs to come clean and explain to the authorities why what happened in Karur, cannot go unpunished. Was he aware of it? Were his party members aware of it? Was it poor crowd management? These are legitimate questions. He should answer.
Of course, nobody is above the law. And even Vijay has not asked for any exception from the questioning. He appeared and he has not asked for any concession to come on a different date than what they have proposed. So this clearly shows that Vijay respects the law. He believes in the procedure of law. So that is why even on the first summon, without any requisition or without any demand, he gone there to appear. So this is a clear-cut evidence that Vijay abide by the law all the times. And even during the Karur incident also, if you see, there were so many things cooking up in the social media by different political parties to malign the name of Vijay and TVK. But he had never come up and he had never substantiated his own stand.
But Mr. Nandakumar, he never went to Karur. He never went back there. He says that the police never gave him permission. In fact, he took a whole month later, brought a bunch of those families to Mahabalipuram and met them. Is that what a leader should do? Is that what a responsible political leader should do?
Yeah, because when you are having a political opposition against you, not even allowing you to go and serve the people and the families who has been suffered by this stampede. So he has not stopped with that. You should really appreciate Vijay and TVK that they have called that 41 families to the Chennai, and they have participated in their grief, and also they have adopted the family. They have given a 20 lakh rupee compensation, whereas even the government has given only 10 lakh, and not only the rupee compensation.
No, but the reason
rather he
those
has
people
adopted,
died, sir, the reason those people died is because of poor crowd management. Who was managing the crowd?
No.
Clearly, TVK and their people were poorly managing the crowd. That's why those people died.
No, actually, the crowd management is in the list of it's a legal responsibility, and the legal responsibility lies with the police, district administration. As you have rightly mentioned in the beginning, only the district administration has approved this particular venue, which was not even asked by the TVK
Okay.
party. Actually, they have asked for one lighthouse Roundana, and they have in their initial requisition letter, they have given a survey report which they have measured the land, and it was amounting to 120,000 square feet,
Okay.
where 60,000 people can participate freely. But that place was
Was
denied
not
by
given.
the district
So let
administration.
me ask Mr.
And they have put
Nandakumar.
purpose-
Let
they
me
have
ask
put
Mr. Sorry, let me
purposely
ask
the
Mr.
crowd into the
Kalyanaraman.
Veluswamipuram.
Mr. Kalyanaraman, only Vijay and his people are being called for questioning. What about the commissioner there in Karur? What about the district magistrate there? The people who gave the permission in a place where they had not asked for it, they had asked for a different location where more people could be housed. Instead of that, a tiny street corner was given. Why are those people not being questioned by CBI? Mr. Kalyanaraman.
I think there has been some mistaken identity. They have already been called into CBI headquarters in Delhi. They were also inquired with. They were questioned about why they have done so and so activities, because there has been a huge lapse on the side of the police department, which even I have mentioned on your channel itself during the occurrence of the event, that there has been a conspiracy by DMK to push them into a small place, thereby ensuring stampede. These are all final outcome has to be from the CBI after the inquiry. We can only
But you hold the TVK responsible. You hold Vijay responsible. I have never heard you say that Senthil Balaji was responsible, or the other leaders of DMK there were responsible for what happened.
No, I was on your channel on the first day itself, on the day of occurrence. I was on your channel as well as Times Now, that we have stated it clearly. We defended, in fact, the TVK all through the period. So there is no question about it. We did suspect Senthil Balaji's involvement. Even I have stated it during this thing. But end of the day, they are all just suspicions based on our own understanding of the occurrence. Okay. But the final outcome will always obviously be that of the CBI after due inquiry. They have called the SP, they have called the
You have this
DSP.
situation where, he's been called for questioning, 6 hours plus of questioning has happened. Now he goes back, he's been asked to come back again at a later date after Pongal. His movie that was supposed to be released for Pongal, it's still not got CBFC certificate. The courts are apprised of the matter. I believe the matter was mentioned before the Chief Justice in the Supreme Court today. Ultimately, either this whole thing is going to backfire on Vijay, or he's being made larger than what he already is. He's already larger than life. Now they are trying to make him even bigger than that, just to give him some political capital ahead of the elections, Mr. Nandakumar.
Yeah. As I earlier said, Mr. Vijay is very much a law-abiding citizen. And even if they call for tomorrow, or even after the Pongal also, if they summon, Vijay will be very happy to go and attend and give all the answers to all the questions. So he doesn't bother about it, because at the end of the day, the truth prevails. So here, the stampede is never caused by the popularity or the person's presence. It is caused by the systemic failure. As you have mentioned, it is a poor crowd management and the poor deployment of police force, and denial of a proper place. They have put it in a very narrow road where there is no exit, proper exit in there. So there is no emergency evacuation space is available. So there is a lot of administrative and procedural failures were there for which the state government is completely responsible.
No, but that's exactly
So-
what I asked Mr. Kalyanaraman. Nobody from the state government seems to be questioned. Only Vijay and his people are being questioned.
Yeah, that is what. Suppose if the political
No, the
parties
state government
try to
has been
corner,
indeed questioned.
if the political parties try to corner Vijay, it will add up value to Vijay and it will add up more political mileage to Vijay. That
Okay.
these political parties are forgetting, because already the public is, there is a huge crowd is behind Vijay, which is clear cut.
Nandakumar,
shows
I
that
think
the
I
people
think
are
you should
seeing
use the right word.
as
It
a-
is the
no.
CBI which is inquiring, not the political parties. Please,
No.
we
I-
have to
I'm
be
talking
very
about the-
careful in what we are addressing.
No,
Whether
I'm
it is
talking about
DMK
the
or
political parties which
BJP
are
who are ruling. No, I'm
not
just telling
BJP
you
I am
because
talking about.
we should have
I'm not
correctness.
talking only about
Yeah.
BJP.
No, we
I'm
should
not
have
talking only
correctness
about
because
BJP.
we are on a national
Even
debate.
even the DMK side, what they say is that the BJP is doing all these
DMK
kind
has
of
no say in it.
pressurizing
Simple.
tactics
DMK
to
has
have
no
an
say in
alignment
it
with
today after
Vijay.
CBI is entry.
Okay, we'll
Yeah,
see.
so
We'll
that
see
is
how
what I
this.
said that,
We'll see how
Vijay
this
is
plays
always
out.
believing in the
Whether this
due
will end
course
up
of
making
law than the
Vijay
political
a
drama.
martyr, some kind of a political larger-than-life figure, or whether this will actually backfire on him. We'll wait and see. The people of Tamil Nadu will speak in those elections in April and May. Thank you very much, Mr. Nandakumar Kalyanaraman, for joining us.